Joining us tonight on keys is Claire Yan. So the next thing you're about to watch is from the ballet Swan Lake, and it's kind of confusing to watch ballet if you don't know what's going on. So we're going to attempt to clue you into the plot synopsis of Swan Lake in an extremely compressed storytelling form. Yo, while you're watching these students dance, you might want an explanation of what you're seeing in the story, so here we go, a brief summation. You probably think swans are beautiful and graceful when you see one, but you look at things a different way if a sorcerer were forcing you to be one. And yet my girl Odette found herself in this very situation. Through no fault of her own, she underwent a drastic transformation.
Full of this sorcerer, he's a real piece of work. Turns her into a swan in the daytime, kinda proof he's a jerk. She's compelled by the spell to swim all day in a lake of tears. Only true love can reverse the curse she's been under for years. Meanwhile, one night there's a birthday gala for this handsome young prince. His mother tells him to choose a bride, but he proves hard to convince. He wants to marry for love, won't settle for any of the women he's yet met. It turns out that's because he hasn't met our girl Odette yet.
So the prince goes walking by the lake and sees a piteous sight. Odette is weeping in the moonlight. She took a human form at night. She tells the prince her tragic story, how only true love dedication can free her from her curse and reverse her perverse animalization.
Her epic beauty and her tragic tale convince the prince that she's the maiden he's been waiting for. He responds to her despondency.
At dawn he sees her shift back to a swan, but that's okay with the prince because he knows that it snows sometimes in April. That's just how it goes.
Prince sees Odette's the greatest woman he could ever be loved by. Is this what it sounds like when doves cry? Their loves fly to a new high. He promises to love her for the rest of his life, but he doesn't know now what's about to go down in the castle the next night.
Has decided he's just out of time. He gotta choose himself a wife as she sets a deadline. She says,
your child, it's over, your birthday, put the dang on it. The country looks to you to lead, but before you are the king of it, you must ensure succession. Our enemies will be bringing it, so choose a wife tonight. If you like it, then you better put a ring on it.
Odette was not invited to this party, of course, but Prince's mother and the sorcerer think they're back in the right course. See, the sorcerer has a daughter by the name of Odile. She looks so much like Odette that the resemblance is unreal. Like most everybody in this tale, she also has an animal form, but she's not a horse, of course. She's a famous black swan.
The swan is a poaching and by the sorcerer, who is reinforcing her resources with the recurse to sorcery. With the sorcerer's forces, he distorts his brain. It's insane, and there can't explain. It's like pepper rain.
Like species stirring each day. What with sorcerer's torture and the pressure from his mother, Prince is confused Odile with Odette and says, yo, I wanna be your lover to Odile. Shit gets real. This deception seems to seal Odette's fate every dawn as a swan if this goes on.
So Odette is trapped in swan form. She's pretty shook. She Casanova Castle, and Prince got the look. He awakes from the torture the sorcerer was propelling, and remembers that his vow to Odette was the more compelling. So the prince rushes off to the Swan Lake like a swan drake, and a heartbreak, got a feeling of guilt that he can't shake, gonna dedicate his life to Odette's sake.
So Odette can face the future, swimming lakes of tears, eating glass and bricks and mosque for the rest of her years.
She's in a state of desperation, so intense and impassioned, cause her prospects for a happy life are certainly crashing. So the suicidal sister drowns herself in a lake, and the prince jumps in to join her there. He dies for her sake, and the love for Odette was more than mere infatuation. But respelling back to Fex's annihilation. Odette feels such a joy for this boy who saved her life, though she wishes there had been less strife so she could be his wife.
The sorcerer who tortured her, the source of her grief, loses every bit of potency. His powers get obliterated in his defeat. The sorcerer will torture no more. The prince's sacrifice has settled the score. And Odette never became prince's wife. They are eternally united in the afterlife. The final moment in the story is the lover's apotheosis. It's like Deus ex machina, accepting the direction that it goes is up instead of down. The lovers rise to heaven. The audience rejoices, and hopefully the point is driven home that love and empathy provide the ultimate advantage over evil people seeking freaky cudgels to brandish. Please enjoy these dances our students have worked hard to provide you, and let empathy and love be the joys that dance inside you.